What's going on, guys, and welcome back to Forza Motorsport 7. Now, if you want a high performance hot hatch, you would probably go for something like this, the 2017 Ford Focus RS. It's a pretty nice car and has some pretty decent stats too. 350 horsepower, 350 pound-foot of torque, weighs 3,446 pounds, will cost you 59,000 credits in the game, and it currently has a PI as of standard of 535 in B class. So altogether, the Ford Focus RS is a pretty good car. It has been one of the best hot hatches, definitely the high performance hot hatches, for a lot of years. I mean, from the early 2000s, it's really been a great hot hatch. However, it does now have some more competition. The Honda Civic Type R is one of those, with 306 horsepower, 295 pound-foot of torque, weighs 3,047 pounds. This will cost you 60,000 credits, so 1,000 credits more than the Ford, and it's in B class 523, so it has a bit less power, a bit less torque, quite a lot less weight though. You know, we're going on like 400 pounds less weight, so maybe this could be a contender. This is front wheel drive, the Focus is four-wheel drive, so it'll be interesting to see how they compare. Now, I thought before we do a little bit of a timed lap, I would just drive the cars around a couple of different circuits to test them out. I first of all took the Ford Focus RS to Sebring just to see how it would drive, and altogether I was pretty happy. The all-wheel drive of this car really made it stick to the road and made it quite nice to drive. It wasn't too understeery, which I was a little bit scared that it would be quite understeery, but it actually wasn't. The all-wheel drive system does really well. It has tremendous grip, even off the line. You can really put your foot down, and it won't really get much wheel spin. Which is really good for a car like this. You know, with the power that it has, such a small wheelbase, it gets turned around the corners pretty damn well. Altogether, it's very good. It has a pretty decent top speed as well, and altogether the Ford Focus RS is a really nice car to drive. The Ford Focus has always been one of my favorite hot hatches. You know, I like the Ford Focus, I like the Volkswagen Golf, you know, cars like that, and this Focus is no exception. I wasn't so sure when they changed the design to this kind of version of the Focus, you know, when they changed from the kind of original style to this version. I was never too sure, but it has grown on me, and I actually do quite like this this look for the Ford Focus now. And yeah, I mean, I think the RS, the 2017 RS, is no exception for that. It's a really nice car to drive, it looks good, all round it is very good. The the Honda Civic Type R is next. I took this to Hockenheim, one of my favorite circuits. I do love Hockenheim, to see how it would be. Now, like I said before, the Honda is front wheel drive, so it has a few little issues compared to the Ford. For example, off the line, it is nowhere near as good. A lot of wheel spin. The Focus basically had next to no wheel spin, a little bit, but you know, next to no wheel spin off the line, whereas the Honda had quite a lot of wheel spin off the line. And also, when you're going around corners, if you put the power on too soon, you will get some wheel spin, and that is a real issue for the Ford. Now, down the straights, even though this thing has a little less power, you know, we're talking 44 less horsepower, you know, about 55 less torque. However, it does weigh, you know, almost 400 pounds less than the Ford. So down the straights, it is actually surprisingly good. I did a bit of a drag race with Wild Shooter the other day. I couldn't record it because apparently online drag races don't save replays, but we did a drag race with these cars, and we actually found that off the line, yeah, the Focus flew off. However, the Honda actually started to catch up to the Focus down the straight, because I don't know, maybe that lightweight just made it accelerate long term a bit better. So it was really interesting. Now we go on to the time lap. I took both these cars to the Top Gear test track, and as you can see off the line, the Ford Focus absolutely annihilates the Hyundai Civic. Why do I keep saying Hyundai? Honda Civic. This isn't a Hyundai. And as you can see here, the Focus is quite a way ahead when we get up to the first corner, and we keep ahead here. However, the Honda is keeping up. It's not really lost any time from that initial start. I had pretty decent runs with both of these cars here, so I'd say this was a fairly fair test. Also, the cars are run completely stock, no tuning or anything. They are both completely stock. we head up to the chicane part now, and once again the gap's pretty much the same. I'd say maybe because it's a short little straight, the Ford may have got a bit of time on the Honda there. I feel through here the Honda actually did catch up a little bit, but as you can see, I think from that little straight the gap is starting to widen a little bit. The Ford is just getting a little bit further ahead now, and as we head through these fast corners right here, you will see that the Ford is really starting to make some some lead now. However, I don't think the Honda is too far behind. This may be where it catches up a little bit, because that speed down the straights does seem a little bit better in the Honda from what I saw in the drag races. We head around the final corner, and as you can see, the Ford is a fair way ahead. It will go across the line, and then the Honda comes slowly after. Now the times, I mean, you can see that the Ford Focus won. The times were the Ford Focus did a 128.648, the Honda Civic Type R did a 129.709, so it's just over a second difference, almost 1.1 seconds difference, and the Ford Focus does take it just about. I think the all-wheel drive of the Focus and the pure power of it really does make it win. I think it would beat the Honda around pretty much every circuit you take it to, because the Honda is not really any better around the corners, and the Ford, it just seems to have better acceleration on a circuit that has really long straights. Maybe the Honda could catch up a little bit, but I don't know. I really don't know. I know that the mid kind of acceleration for the Honda is good. However, the Ford may have higher end acceleration. I really don't know. But as it goes, the Ford Focus does win this, and if I had to pick one of these cars, I would have to go for the Focus. But anyway, that's going to be it for this video, guys. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed, please go ahead, like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video.